Okay, we're going to do March spiral number 9, but before we do that, we're going to correct number 8 from Monday. Okay, here are your answers. I will come back to number 3. Number 7 is any number less than 32 grams. So 31 down to 1. Okay? All right, let's take a look here. All right, we have the 1, 7, 8, 9. So 10,915. Okay, 3 minus 2 we can do. 1 minus 2 we cannot. 12 minus 9 is 3. 0 minus 7 we can't do. Nobody's home. We're going to take 1 away. That leaves us 0. Gives us 10. And we're going to take one of those away, which leaves us 9. And we stick a 1 in front of that and make that a 10. Okay? So 10 minus 7 is 3. And we're left with our 9 right there. Okay, for number 3, this can be, this number, you only have to have one number. It can be anywhere between 1,935, 1,936, 37, 38, 39, could even be 1,940. Also 1,941, 42, 43, or 44. Okay, any number between those. Here, this could have been 825, 826, 827, 828, 829, 830, 831, 832, 833, or 834. You only need one number here and one number there, but it has to be in between that range. Okay, this is a total of 16 dogs divided into 4 groups, and that leaves you 4 groups in each one. That's why we had 16 divided by 4 equals 4. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our denominator is 5 in both of these. We have 3 shaded and 2 not shaded. And 3 plus 2 is 5. And our shaded plus our non-shaded should equal our total number that we have down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're both 5. This is 4/5 and unshaded is 1/5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 of them are shaded, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, excuse me. 8, and then 6. So you can see that they have the same amount shaded, and if you look at your fraction flip book here, 3/4 is the same as 6/8. Okay, so if you have 3 out of 4, you're gonna have the same exact amount that if you have 6 out of 8, okay? So those should be equal, and you can see that by looking at them. I mean, if you're talking about how much of a pizza did you eat, you ate the same amount, okay? And let's see, if this is 32, we put 32 here. As long as this is 31 or smaller, then you're fine. Okay, the clothing drive, this is 40, then this is 50, 40. If this is 20, that's 10. And this is 20 and 40, so this is 30, okay? So we're going to add up 50, 40, 10, and 30. Okay, 4 plus 1 is 5, so 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 3 is 13. So then we've collected 130 so far, but we need 250. So we are still needing 120, okay? All right, let's take a look at number 9 for today. It's not number 9. Okay, these two numbers you're gonna add up, making sure that you are lining the place values up. You're gonna subtract, making sure you're lining those up. Write 3 numbers that round to 4,250 when rounded to the nearest tens place, okay? So 4,250, 4,250, 4,250. Okay, when rounded to the nearest tens place, so you're gonna have your thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. Thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. Pause it and finish that if you haven't finished writing those down. Okay, we're rounding to the nearest tens place, which means our thousands and our hundreds are going to stay the same. Okay, so you basically need, what was this number that rounded to 50? What could this number have been that also rounded to 50? And what could this number have been that also rounded to 50? Okay, I'm going to do the first one for you in case you're confused. So in order to have this round 4,250, I could have 49 right here because that's my tens place. My number right next door is the Boss applesauce. 9 says add one more. So that would increase to 50. Okay, there's a lot of different choices in here for you to do, but I want you to try to do the other two. Okay, which number sentence could help you find the missing number? 72 divided by what equals 9? Think of a fact family. 72 divided by what equals 9? Which one of these could you use to help you figure out that missing number? Okay, number 5, place the letter T at 3, 6, and 5, 6. Okay, first thing we're going to do is write it correctly for 3rd grade. Okay, so we have 6 place values, or 6 fractions. So we have a 0 and our 1, which means we should have, if we want 6 places, we should have 5 lines, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This number 1 needs to be 6, 6. Okay, whole number 1 is 6, 6. Remember, we do that every time when we do our number line. We get our 0 and our 1 ready. If we want 6 spots, we draw 5 lines, and we label whole number 1 as the top and the bottom being the same. So now you should be able to go ahead and label those, and then you're going to put like a dot and put a T above 3, 6, and put a dot and put a U above 5, 6. Okay, order these fractions from the smallest, biggest to smallest. Okay, first we're going to write them correctly. Okay, and then we are going to use our handy dandy fraction flip book to help us. Okay, and first of all, our eighths should be easy, right? Because if we have 1/8, then the next biggest one would be 2/8, and then 5/8 and 7/8. So we know that. So the question is, where does 1/2 fit in? Okay, because we have, obviously 1/8 is the smallest, and then 2/8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5/8 is here, and I think we had 7/8, and 7/8 is there. So when the denominator is the same, it makes it very easy to put those in order. But the question is, where does 1/2 fit in? Okay, 1/2 would be right here, right? So that's going to be the same as 4/8. Okay, so that's where it would fit in. We would have 1/8, 2/8. 1/2 would come next, then 5/8, then 7/8. Okay, so we're going to kind of do that one together. Okay, we have 1/8, 2/8. I'm going to let you finish that one. I want you to give that a shot. Use your fraction flip book and help figure out where 5/8 fits compared to 5/8, and I'm sorry, where 1/2 fits compared to 5/8 and 7/8. Okay, what time was it 2 hours ago? Well, first we have to figure out what time it is now, which is, it's still hooked around that 2 o'clock, okay? It's currently 2, 5, 6, 7, okay? So it's 2:07. So what time was it 2 hours ago? Well, 1 hour ago would have been 1:07, and then 2 hours ago would have been 12:07, okay? So you write down what time it was 2 hours ago. Don't write that, that's what time it was now. Gary took his metal detector to the beach and found 24 rare coins. He takes them home and places them equally in 4 bins. Okay, so we have 24 and we are dividing them equally among 4 bins. And how many coins does Gary have in each bin? Draw a picture to demonstrate. So he has a total of 24. Okay, we can use a bar diagram. That's a good one. Okay, and he's going to put them in 4 bins, which means I need 3 lines. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want to know how many are in each bin. Okay, which is the same as 24 divided into 4 bins means how many in each bin. Okay, good job.